Thank you, Annie. Mr. Cohout, President Helmick, Monsignor Stump, Principal Warland, faculty and staff, family and friends, and most importantly, to the graduating class of 2015. I am honored to be here today in recognition of your accomplishments. When I was first asked to speak on behalf of the Dales, two emotions quickly came upon me. The first was pride, like, hey, I made a difference, about time. The second was terror. What am I going to talk about? What's my message going to be? What if I tell a joke and nobody laughs? Don't worry, it'll be just like I was back in the classroom. Maybe somebody else should do it. After all, look at the stage. There are plenty of people more qualified than me to be giving this speech. I should just give it away. But in that moment of doubt, a phrase that my father taught me came to my mind. Show courage every day. You see, when I was your age, after graduation, I planned on playing college football. I had been a successful athlete and student in high school, although you may not believe it looking at me now. And I actually received an athletic scholarship. And on the day I left home, hugging my mom and dad goodbye, my father gave me a gift, a picture frame with a phrase etched in it. Show courage every day. Now, like most graduating seniors, I already knew everything, and I definitely knew more than my parents did, right, moms and dads? So I didn't quite understand the meaning behind the gift. Was it like, stand up against tyranny, stand up against bullies, look out for the little guy? These are lessons I already knew. So I thanked him for the gift, but I dismissed it. After all, college and collegiate athletics would come just as easily as it did in high school, right? Well, like a quick punch to the gut, I realized I may have underestimated the rigors and expectations of college and collegiate athletics. And shortly after arriving on campus, I called home, broke down in tears, and told my parents that I wasn't good enough and it was too hard. I was quitting the team and thinking of dropping out of school. Well, as much as it probably pained them to hear me in such condition, they stood firm and reminded me that this would all be worth it someday. Upon hanging up the phone, my father said to me, Jerry, I know it's hard, but you have to show courage every day. Like a time bomb went off in my head. I just realized what that sign was supposed to mean. It was meant for times in life when you had to make a choice between the easy way and the hard way, between giving in and sacrificing. In case you're wondering, I did stick it out, earned my degree, and played all 4 years of college football. A couple of years later, while teaching at a small high school in Ohio, I received the opportunity of a lifetime, the chance to coach college football. Sounds great, right? Whoa, hang on a second. The job paid in a year what I made in a couple of months of teaching. And that was on top of the fact that I would be taking classes, teaching classes, coaching, recruiting, and generally working day and night. So, one more thing. The job was a 14-hour drive away in northern Minnesota, and I'd never lived outside the borders of Ohio. So I agonized over the decision, and I weighed the pros and cons, and I made up my mind. After all, I was comfortable where I was. I was good at what I did. I had friends all around me. It would be easier just to stay. I called my parents and let them know my decision. Upon hearing the news, my father said to me, Jerry, that's great. We support your decision, but you have to show courage every day. He knew I was about to throw away the opportunity of a lifetime just because it was hard, and he didn't want me to forget it. So I did what anyone would do. I cursed my father's name because I knew he was right, and I took the job. Now let me tell you, hard does not begin to describe what I went through in Bemidji, Minnesota. And on more than one occasion, I regretted the decision I had made that day. But you know what? I coached college football. I coached 2 All-Americans. I recruited student athletes across the country. I worked on a master's degree, and I met the love of my life. And none of it would have happened if I hadn't shown courage that day. I tell you these tales to show you what courage can accomplish and what you can do with it. But you should know that not every decision, even ones based on courage, will be the right one. And not every opportunity will work out. Heck, the first time I applied for a job at Cathedral, I didn't get it. And then when I did get the job here, I staked my entire reputation on a new schedule that aspired to change the way that we do things. They're laughing, but some lady in the back just said, oh, that's where I remember that guy from. Oh, I don't like that Aspire schedule. That's okay, because not every opportunity works out. But when you show courage every day, life opens up amazing opportunities to you. Heck, look where I'm standing right now. Later today and every day for the rest of your life, you too are going to be faced with choices and challenges. Some will be trivial, and others will seem way too big for you. Some will be successes, and others will definitely be failures. But each decision will shape the rest of your life. So when it seems too hard, or you want to give in, or that you might not be good enough, remember these words that your grandfather taught me, and let them be passed on to you. Cooper, you have to show courage every day. Thank you. Good luck, and God bless.